All right, chat. Trading recap for December 4th. And today was a kind of trash good day, but we'll kind of see what I'm talking about in a second. So, to start off the morning, we ended up taking out these significant highs that I had on the higher time frame. We had these 2, 3 equal highs on the 1 hour chart slash 4 hour chart. And we ended up putting an SMT at the morning, which was when we zoom in on the 15-minute chart, you'll see we have London highs got taken out at the morning, and then that's when we took out that significant high on the higher time frame, leaving this SMT, right? So now we take out PM high from yesterday, Asian session high, London session high, and then that was all done in pre-market. So coming into the morning, I was very short-term biased, and what I wanted to see price trade back to was London lows that we left from earlier in the very early AM. So on the 5 minute chart, we ended up leaving these two fair value gaps. There wasn't anything I could really take. There wasn't anything I was really looking to take. I just wanted to see price trade lower and maybe leave like a 5 minute inside of this leg here, and then use it and trade through these 5 minute fair value gaps to go to these London lows. I probably would have traded against these 5 minute fair value gaps because I have a bearish drawn liquidity. So we ended up just one 5 minute candle just flushing it all out. And we ended up having SMT between these London lows, between ES and NQ, but we never did anything with that. We never did anything bullish, nothing of that nature. So we ended up trading back inside this 5 minute. And we actually, I didn't even notice this at first, but we already originally took out this here at 9:35. We took out this low from yesterday's lunch session, right? So yesterday's lunch session, we ended up taking out those lows and we hit it, and then we ended up trading back into this 5 minute fair value gap. And then as we did that, we came down, took out the low that took out yesterday's PM low. So I didn't even really notice that. I'm actually very surprised that I just noticed that price already took out this low. I didn't notice that originally. But we came out and took out this low, and I was trying to trade like PB Trading's Mech model because originally I thought that this low wasn't taken out, but I believe we have an SMT down here, and I was trying to trade back to this 15-minute fair value gap. So after we took out a significant drawn liquidity, which is previous day lunch session low, I wanted a long, right? So we ended up taking out this liquidity, and I kind of wanted a deeper dive than this. I feel like this isn't really that good of a sweep compared to this. This is a more significant sweep. So after we took out a really good drawn liquidity, which was yesterday's lunch session low, ended up wanting to take a long back to these 15-minute minor buy side liquidity or this fair value gap, right? And this is where I was looking for my entry, and we had this manipulation leg from this high to this low. We ended up leaving this 1 minute fair value gap, and we kind of chop around it for a little bit, and then we finally get the inversion, and I ended up taking a long here, risking back to that minor buy side liquidity, risking consequent encroachment, lower quadrant of this order block, and we ended up trading pretty much to the order block, a bunch of consolidation, and then now you can see the trade fully worked out. So good trade idea. Price just didn't want to go, and I'm pretty sure that's common for December. So right now I'm having probably one of the biggest losing streaks of my trading career this year, probably my second, because I took another one. I had a pretty hard losing streak earlier in the year. Right now I'm going through a pretty hard losing streak. I'm pretty de-risked, size down. I'm pretty much set on losing $200 max for the rest of the year, until I see some consistency or December picks up, but December is usually slow anyways. So that was today's trade. It was, in my opinion, a great trade. I think that's all I could pretty much ask for in the setup. Like I said, I had the Mech model. The Mech model is we take out a significant drawn liquidity, and then we trade back to unfilled fair value gap, and we had that 15-minute unfilled. We had the highest time frame inversion was the 1 minute, so I did everything I was supposed to. I followed my rules. I waited for this to get swept again and things of that nature. So what can I say? This is exactly what I'm supposed to do. I did exactly as I wanted to, and the trade worked out. The idea worked out. Price just didn't go when I wanted it to. You can see we consolidated and then we took off. So sometimes it's going to happen, and it just caught me today. So my next drawn liquidity is probably going to be, depending on what this 15-minute does, because I was waiting for this 15-minute. Depending on what we do inside of here, If we take out this 5 minute and we kind of reject, it's going to be New York lows from yesterday, low of day yesterday from New York. And if we displace past this 5 minute high, then I'm probably going to be looking for a continuation model back to the high of day in the pre-market. So it's pretty much all I'm looking for. We'll see how price reacts. Come back and study this. But with that being said, good trading day. Unfortunate L. And see you guys in the next one.